Hello, and thank you for joining me today for gentle yoga. We are in a beautiful Phoenix, Arizona with wonderful Piestewa Peak behind me. For today's class, we're going to utilize 2 blocks and a strap. When you're ready, we're going to get started in a comfortable seat, a Sukhasana. I like a block below my sit bones, gently grounding down. Pressing the legs down, rocking back and forth. Find a moment just to get here. Maybe press a knee away and then the other. There's no wrong way to find your way into your body, onto your mat. As we scoot those feet in a little closer, ground the knees down a little further. Noticing the tilt of the pelvis, rotating the pelvis forward, shining that solar plexus forward, making plenty of room for the lungs. Drawing the shoulders back, let them rest down. Let us close the eyes and just breathe. Noticing the length of the inhales, the completion of the exhales. Let those elbows hang heavy. Let the shoulders drop. Soften the space between the brows and just be here. As we start to bring the breath in deeper, let it release a little slower, a little bit more complete. As we find gentle rocks back and forth. Leaning back towards the back of your mat, forward towards the front of your mat, then eventually turning these movements into circles. As far in every direction as feels good, you may want the fingertips on and around the mat. Switching directions when it suits you. Try to keep those legs grounded as firmly as you can. So we meet back into center, palms face down on the knees. Plant each finger down one at a time. Find some seated cat and cows. Inhale, seated cow. Press the chest forward. Lift the chin up. Exhale, cat. Press the knees away, round the spine. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, cow. Open the heart. Lift the heart. Press it forward. Exhale, cat. Round and tuck. 2 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Finding a neutral spine, nice and long in the spine. Let's find circles with the neck. As we notice the breath, every time the chin draws to the chest, take a nice big inhale. And as the chin guides up towards the sky, let the breath out. Noticing the neck, noticing the shoulders, thanking the neck and shoulders. Switching directions, switch the breath when you're ready. Inhaling as the chin guides up and around. Exhaling as the chin guides towards the chest and around. Eventually coming back into center on the bottom of your last breath. Grounding down into the legs. Let us shine the palms forward. Spread the fingers wide. Think about taking up space here. Inhale, sweep the arms up and wide. Bring the palms to touch. Exhale, pull it through. Release the hands to the side. Inhale, arms up and wide. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up and around. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more. Inhale, up and around. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Come into the breath. Maybe honoring your Ujjayi breath if it's in your practice, your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhales becoming just as long as the exhales, creating that slight constriction in the back of the throat. Allowing yourself to feel each breath, hear each breath, creating that sound of the ocean. Releasing the hands down, we're going to send both legs long away from the body. Coming to this wide-legged seat, grounding down into the heels, ground down into the glutes. Again, I like a block under my sit bones. Creating a line with the spine all the way up to the sky, like a metronome, rock from side to side. Trying to keep a stacked spine. Every time we lean to one side, press down into the opposite glute. Rocking, breathing. And as you come here, maybe you want to find a little bit more fluidity, rounding of the spine and opening of the side body. Trying to keep the shoulders parallel with the hips, letting that side body roll open as you come to each side. Close the eyes to begin to take the awareness in. Give yourself one more breath into these slow, mindful movements. So everything comes back into center. Take that right foot to the inside of the thigh. Bending into that right knee, we ground down into the legs. Now, if this right hip is feeling tight, it'll put a lot of pressure on the knee. Please offer a block under that knee for support. It's important to remember that the body will not surrender if it does not feel safe. Ground down in the legs, spine nice and long, tall out of the crown. As we start to find circles in the body, lead with the heart. Inhaling as you guide forward and around, exhaling as you lean back and around. Close the eyes to take the awareness in. And when you're ready, switch directions, switch the breath. Inhale as you lean back and around. Exhale as you lean forward and around. Taking one more breath, complete the circle. So we come back into center. Inhale the hands high, turn the body to the left, chin in line with the toes. On the exhale, fold over the left leg. Palms face up as a sign of surrender. Let your head hang heavy if it feels good. You can rock from side to side, movement or stillness. Offer yourself 3 intentional breaths. Grounding down in the right leg, grounding down in the right glute. And in the bottom of that final breath, let the inhalation roll you back up to center. As we get nice and tall, spine is long, inhale the hands high up overhead. On the exhale, twist to the right. Left hand comes to the top of that right knee. Right hand plants behind us. We may want to block behind us. As we keep turning, we inhale to get a little taller. We exhale to take the gaze over the shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, slowly return to center. Flip the palms up, tuck the elbows in, close the eyes, reset with one breath. In your own time, switch the legs. Right leg sends long, left foot comes in, and notice this left knee. Maybe we need support. Again, if that ever feels tight, pressure pinching, offer support so we can ground down safely. Breathe deeply, spine stays long. Let's find our circles. Inhale forward and around. Exhale back and around. Close the eyes and stay with your breath. Switch direction, switch the breath. Inhale as you lean back and around. Exhale when you come forward and around. Trusting each breath, trusting these movements. Find one complete breath all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. Meeting back into center, spine gets long. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Turn the shoulders to the right, chin in line with the toes. Exhale, surrender over the right leg. Flip the palms up as a sign of surrender. Let the head hang heavy. You can rock from side to side. You can settle into stillness. Listen to your body. Understand your needs. 2 big breaths all the way to the top. Surrendering a little further as you get to the bottom of the breath. Very bottom of that exhale. Let the inhalation roll the body up all the way, stacked again. As we lengthen in the spine, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand to the left knee, hand plants behind you. Inhale to getting a little taller. Exhale to twist just a little bit deeper, a little bit further. Chin brings over the shoulder, very last. One more breath all the way to the top, nice and tall. And exhale, let it all out. Inhale to get a little taller one more time. Exhale, gently unwind. Come back to center. Take one breath to neutralize. Sending both legs long in front of us, at any width you choose, so the feet can be together into center. If we want to make more room, particularly for me, I like a little more room for my midsection. Lengthening up in the spine. Inhale, hands up and high. Exhale, forward fold. Flip the palms up as that sign of surrender. Rock from side to side. Maybe just come up on the fingertips. Roll around here. So I'll take the fingertips to the mat. Inhale, find a half lift. Lengthen the neck. Exhale, one more surrender. Really let it out. Inhale, peel the body back up. Roll the shoulders back to standing. Draw them back and down, lengthen from behind the ears. Coming into a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch. So here in particular, I like to sit on a block. I need that extra height, so that way I can allow myself to make room to open my hips. Feet come to touch, wiggle the toes together. Offer support with the blocks as much or as little as you need. Lengthening up here. Inhale, arms up and high. Exhale, forward fold. This time reach, reach, reach as far as you can. And then surrender. Movement or stillness, rock back and forth, side to side. Honor yourself with 2 full breaths. Remembering it doesn't matter how far we fold, it's all about how deep we breathe. Bottom of that exhale, inhale up to center. Roll the shoulders down and back. Complete the breath. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to the top of the right knee. Right hand behind us. Inhale to get a little taller. Exhale to twist a little further. One more breath here. Inhale, tall. And exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center, hands come high. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand on top of the knee, left hand behind us. Inhale to get nice and tall. Exhale to let it out. One more breath. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Take 2 breaths here to neutralize. When you're ready, roll the body forward, find a tabletop. Hands below shoulders, knees under hips, fingers are spread wide. Tuck the toes under, let the head hang heavy, shift the hips from side to side. Really exaggerate these movements as we start to find circles in the body. Inhaling as you lean forward and around. Exhaling as you lean back and around. Remember, we want to take the movements with the breath, not cater the breath to the movements. Switch direction, switch the breath. Inhale as you lean back and around. Exhale as you lean forward and around. So everything returns back into neutral. A little extra love for these wrists. Offer the back of the hand to the mat. We don't have to press the weight into here. If this is a bit much, we can bring that hand closer to the knee. If you want a little bit more, you can guide the wrist a little closer to the top of your mat. We go through the fingers. See if we can make a fist. Just start to thank these hands, thank these fingers. Honor all that these hands and wrists do. Switching hands when you're ready. Again, bring it closer to the knee if it's too much, closer to the top of the mat if we want more. Wiggle it around. Thanking these hands, so much gratitude for these fingers. Meeting back into neutral when you're ready. If it's in your practice, take the fingertips out to the edges of the mat. Wrists face one another as we rock back and forth. Try to keep these fingers spread wide. Maybe coming into circles if it's in your practice, shifting the weight around, intentionally spreading the fingers. Switch directions if you chose to take those circles. If it's in your practice, meet back in neutral, take the fingertips to face the knees, flip the wrists forward. Come to any variation of this, as close or as far away as feels good. Settle into stillness. Again, we can walk the hands close to the knees if that's too much. Bring the hands further forward if you want more. Rock it from side to side, find circles back and forth. Trust your breath here. Now if this feels great, if we want a little bit more for the hands, more for the fingers, gently lift the palms off the mat by bending the elbow. Just spreading those fingers wide, really getting into all of that connectivity. When that's finished, shake those hands loose, shake them out, maybe shimmy out the shoulders. Really flick out the fingertips, let go of some of that stagnant energy. Bringing the fists to the mat, thumbs face out. Tuck those four fingers in. Spread the shoulder blades apart. Neck stays nice and long. Inhale, cow. Drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, cat. Pull the spine to the sky. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Two more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more big one. Exaggerate. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Find a neutral spine. Send those four fingers long. Roll the hand along the ball mount of the hand. Feel that energy rush back into the fingertips. As we spread that around, feel free to shake the hands loose once again. Releasing. Fingers spread wider than you usually would. Roll out the ankles. Scrunch and flex the feet. Scrunching those toes in, spreading them wide. Rolling the ankles in one direction and then the other. Being mindful of these movements. being kind with these movements, offering your body gratitude instead of resentment. When you're ready, tap the tops of the feet onto the mat. Just paddle out the feet as firmly or as softly as you would like. Start to stimulate the lymphatic system, bringing in some blood flow. One more breath. Paddle as fast or as slow as you would like. So as feet come down to rest, knees out wide, bring the toes to touch. On the inhale, press the heart forward, expand forward. Exhale, tail guides towards the heels. Slowly stretch down, child's pose. As you settle in here, as you settle down, just breathe. Ujjayi Pranayama if it is in your practice. As you stay here, you could rock on the third eye, rock the head from side to side. You could take an ear to the mat if you choose. Whatever you need, whatever you crave, offer it to the body. Most importantly, breathe. Grounding down, settling down. Embracing the energetic bubble that surrounds us, that protects us during our practice. Where we are in our minds, with our breath, experiencing our body. Where nothing else matters. 3 more breaths here, as slow as you can. On the very bottom of that breath, slowly walk the hands up. So we make our way back to that tabletop, hands stacked below shoulders, knees under hips. Roll through the shoulders, lengthening and thanking the neck. So we meet back into center. Inhale, reach the right arm high up to the sky. On the exhale, thread the needle, dive that right arm under the left. I like to use a block as a pillow, resting my right ear onto the block. That left hand could be in front of the face, pressing into it. You could reach that left arm up overhead. You could bring it around to the small of the back. Find what feels good for you and breathe. Two more breaths here. Inhaling to expand the ribs. Try to keep the hips square. Exhaling to settle into this pose. Maybe twist a little further. One more. Planting the hand back in front of the face. Press into the hand. Inhale, right arm high. Unwind. Exhale, plant that hand back into center. Roll through the shoulders. Thank the shoulders, cherish the shoulders, honor these shoulders. Meaning back into neutral. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, thread the needle, reach under that right arm. Slowly surrender the left ear. Again, I like to use a block as a pillow. That right hand can stay in front of the face, pressing into it for a twist. You could reach it to the top of your mat, or you could swing it around to the small of the back. Wherever you are, 2 slow breaths. Bottom of that breath, press into the right hand. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, down to neutral. Roll through the shoulders. Making our way up towards the top of our mat, shifting over onto our sit bones. We want our blocks within reach. We also want our strap within reach as we prepare to lie down. Getting the hands behind the knees, draw the shoulders down and back. Inhale to lift the heart up. Exhale to slowly surrender. All the way flat onto the back. Let the feet flop from side to side. So we drag the heels up close to the glutes, bringing those feet in line with the hips. Slightly lift the hips just enough to tuck the tailbone, lower down the lumbar one vertebrae at a time. Walking the feet out wide to the very edges of the mat, lightly flex into both feet, windshield wiper the knees. Letting the knees fall to one side and then the other. Hands can be on the belly to ground, cactus arms to open the shoulders. Listen to your body. Maybe find a little hang time as you windshield wiper. As everything comes back into neutral, walk the feet up close to the glutes. As we cross the right ankle over the left knee, flexing into both feet, press that right ankle into the top of the thigh, tracking that right knee down, treating the legs as one unit. Windshield wiper. Guide the legs from side to side. Staying with your Ujjayi breath. One more breath here. As everything returns back to center, switch the feet. Right foot plants, left ankle crosses. Flexing into both feet, track that left knee down, having that pressure into the top of the thigh. Treat the legs as one unit. Rock them from side to side. Staying with your breath, with your body. Take it only as far as feels good to each side. One more breath. As everything returns to center, release the left foot down to the mat. Walk the feet up close to the glutes as we take our strap in hand. Taking that strap, we're going to wrap it around the palm of the hand 1 to 2 times. We want it wrapped around so that way we're not asking the fingers to simply grip. Eventually having that strap a little wider than shoulder distance, we're going to take the strap over the knees, over the shins. Tucking the elbows in, let's check in with the backside body. Head rests heavy. Shoulders rest down. Spine stays long, tailbone stays grounded. Following the breath, utilizing the strap, pull the knees in towards the ribs. Exhale it all. As you inhale, lower the knees down, fill the body with breath. Exhale, pull the knees in. Stay with your breath. Inhale to lower the knees down to the mat. Exhale, pull them in as much as feels good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, lower those knees, explore it. Exhale, wring yourself out. One more big one. Inhale, try to press the belly out. Expand the lungs, taking one more sip. Exhale, pull those knees in. Expel all of the breath. Let's find circles with the knees. Guiding the knees around, using the strap to guide you. Still keeping the head planted, the shoulders soft. Take the knees as far in every direction as feels good. Switching directions when you need and honoring maybe there's one place in particular. The body just wants more attention. The body needs a little bit more breath. Part of our practice is being able to listen to that, being able to honor that. As we make our way back into center, slowly release the left foot down to the mat. Keep the strap over the right knee. As we slide that left leg long, anchor down in that left leg. Roll out the right ankle, scrunch and flex the foot. As we use the strap to pull that right knee into the ribs, just breathe. Rocking that right knee back and forth, closer to the ribs and closer to the foot. Back and forth, eventually turning that into circles. Take the circles with this as far in every direction as feels good. Again, maybe there's one area you just want to sit with, you just want to breathe into. Switch directions when you would like. Make yourself even in the sense that everything is equitable. Not necessarily matched, but everything has gotten what it needs. As everything comes back into center, pull that knee in tight, then pull it out right to the armpit. Outside of the ribs, pulling in nice and tight, maybe flexing that foot or pointing the toe. As we then pull that knee in towards the opposite armpit, guiding it across, still keeping that left leg anchored. Little wiggles here. Rock it in a crescent moon shape. Keeping the brow soft, the mind gentle. Being kind to the body as we return everything back to center. Slowly release the right foot to the mat. Windshield wiper the single knee. Let the right knee fall from side to side. Rearranging that energy. Then coming to a figure four, walk that foot to the inside of the thigh. Let the right knee fall out wide. Surrender here for 2 slow breaths. Right leg sends long windshield wiper both feet. So just flop the feet from side to side. There doesn't need to be any uniformity to it. Notice the subtle differences between both sides. Then drag the heels up close to the glutes once again. Taking the strap over the left knee, pull that left knee and secure that close to the body. Then slide the right leg long. Anchoring down in that right leg. Begin to rock the left knee back and forth, roll out the ankle. Wiggling those toes, moving how the body craves. Just warming up this hip. Warming up the glute, bringing the awareness in first. So we make offerings to the body before we ask things of the body. Pulling that knee in nice and close, then turn those movements into circles. Guide the knee around. Again, as far in every direction as feels good. Maybe there's one area that needs a little extra love. Stick with it. Switch directions when you need. Do what feels good for 2 more generous breaths. As we return the knee into center, pulling it close into the body, start to pull it out to the left armpit. Pulling it outside the ribs, pulling it in close to the body, maybe flexing and pointing the toes. As we keep that engagement pulling in, guide it in towards the right armpit. Maybe finding wiggles, little crescent moon shape. Rock along the edge of where that tension lives. So we guide everything back to neutral. One final hug for this leg. Slowly release the left foot down to the mat. Windshield wiper the single knee. Let that left knee fall from side to side. Still offering the breath, still being kind to the body. Bring the legs to a figure four, walking the foot to the inside of the thigh. Let that left knee fall out wide. Surrender it all, including that brow, for 2 slow breaths. Sending the left leg long, flop both feet from side to side. Let it flop the legs from side to side. Let it redistribute, rebalance that energy. Walking both feet up towards the glutes. We hook the knees under the strap and then hook the feet under the strap. Sending both feet up to the sky. Having the strap directly below the ball mount to the feet. Take a moment just to get adjusted here. Having that strap wrapped around the hands, feet could be into touch. We could be hip distance apart, anywhere in between. Still grounding down in the shoulders, stay heavy in the head. Lightly flex into both feet, pull directly down on the strap. Activating the Achilles heel and the calf. Just breathe. Treating the legs as one unit, find circles with the legs, guide them around. Slow circles as far in every direction that feels good. Shifting the weight around, letting it massage the sacrum, let it massage the glutes. Naturally, there may be one area that we just want to sit with, breathe into. Switch directions of the circles whenever you see fit. Two more breaths here. Gather what you need. Leave behind what's no longer serving you. As everything comes back into neutral on the bottom of that breath, let us slowly release the left foot down to the mat. Readjusting the strap under the right foot as everything's secure. If it feels good, send the left leg long, anchored down in that leg. Micro bend in that right knee. Flexing those toes towards the shin. Pull directly down onto the strap. Breathe. Mimicking a warrior 3 here, find your breath. As we simply rock that foot back and forth, easing yourself into it. Taking as much or as little as you need. So bring that foot as far forward as feels good. Leaning it back as far as feels good. So we bring in one more inhale, lowering the heel towards the base of your mat. Exhale, pull that foot in as far as feels good. Little wiggles this time if we need. If that's a lot for our body, our breath, our mind to handle, rock it back and forth, coddle it just like you would a loved one or a child. Meeting back into neutral, gather the strap with the right hand alone. As we get a good grip on that strap, take a nice big inhale here. On the exhale, bring the leg out to the right. Again, micro bend in the knees. Let the strap support the leg. We can find rocks here, back and forth. You could settle into stillness. Bring in 2 slow breaths. The very bottom of that breath, inhale, guide the foot back to center. Switch the strap into the left hand. Once you have a good grip on that strap, inhale here. Exhale, bring the leg over to the left, gluing both shoulders to the mat. Rock back and forth here if you need. If you're ready, notice this right glute. Actively press it down, trying to make space between that right hip and the rib cage. Guiding as far over as feels good. 2 more breaths, movement or stillness. The bottom of that breath, inhale, guide the leg back into center. So we start finding circles with the foot. Find the tiniest circles you can bring in. Very, very little. Then gradually make each circle just a little bigger. Drawing a spiral. Taking your time. Peeling this range of motion open. I want you to eventually find the very largest circle you can make with the foot. Guiding it as far in every direction. Discover every corner you can find. Once you feel like you've reached the very largest circle the body can make, keep those large circles, switch directions with the foot. Starting off with that large circle, let us gently bring each circle just a little bit smaller, spiraling back inward. Honoring and discovering the full range of motion in this hip, being grateful for this hip. As that foot eventually makes its way back into center, let us pull down on the strap, bend deep into the knee, bring the knee outside of the ribs. Like a half-happy baby, this is a supine runner's lunge. Pulling that foot down, opening that hip, really ground down in the left leg. If you want more, squeeze into the left glute. One more inhale here. On the exhale, slowly lower the right foot down to the mat. Windshield wiper the single knee. Rocking that knee from side to side. Then bringing that leg to a figure 4. Right foot walks into the meat, the inside of the thigh. Right knee falls out wide. 2 breaths of pure surrender. Soften the body. Very bottom of the breath, send the right leg long. Flop both feet from side to side. Noticing the subtle shifts, honoring what has changed. As we walk both feet up close to the glutes, take the strap under the left foot. Getting it directly under the ball mount to that foot, securing it in the hands, then we guide the right leg long. Micro bend in the left knee. Flexing into those toes, pull them towards the thigh, pull directly down onto the strap. Open that Achilles heel, the calf, breathe. As we gently rock back and forth. If the foot flexes too much, gently relax it, finding your breath. 2 more breaths here. As everything returns back into center, gather the strap with the left hand. Take a nice big inhale here to fill the lungs. Exhale, guide that foot out to the left. So this is a supine version of our Eka Pada Padangusthasana. That standing hand to big toe. Opening this up, little rocks back and forth. Offer the body 2 full breaths. Stay anchored down in that right leg. From the bottom of that breath, inhale the foot back up to center. Let's switch the hands with the strap. Right hand takes the strap as you settle in. Inhale here into center. Exhale, guide the foot over to the right. Let the strap support everything. Keep the shoulders glued down. Twist only as far as the body allows, as we can still find breath. Maybe rock it back and forth, as much or as little movement as you need. Let's notice this left hip. Actively press it down. Lengthen the side body. A little bit more intention goes a long way. 2 more breaths here. Bottom of that breath, inhale the foot into center. Use both hands to have the strap as we then find tiny, tiny circles with the foot. As much bend into the knees feels good. As we gradually ask each circle to become a little bit larger than the last. Again, drawing that spiral around. It doesn't matter what actual shape we make. This is all about the personal exploration of your range of motion, of your body. Eventually finding the very largest circles we can draw all the way around. Staying with the breath. Once you have found the largest circle you can draw with the leg, keep the large circle. Switch directions. Guide the foot around in the opposite way, as big as we can. Gradually asking each circle to be a little smaller and a little smaller. Tracing that spiral back into center. As that foot eventually comes back into center, take a nice big inhale here in center. On the exhale, bend deep into the knee. Pull down on the strap. Bring the knee outside of the ribs like a half-happy baby. This is a supine runner's lunge. Pull actively down on that strap. Keep the spine long, the right leg active. If you want a little more here, squeeze the right glute. 2 big breaths. At the very bottom of that breath, gently release the left foot down to the mat. Windshield wiper the left leg. Let it roll from side to side. Eventually bringing the legs to a figure 4. Left foot walks into the inner thigh. Left knee falls out wide. Surrender as much as you can for 2 slow breaths. Soften the head, relax the shoulders. Let the glutes and legs melt. So we send both legs long, flop the feet from side to side, set the strap aside. Dragging the heels back up close to the glutes. Walk both feet out wide to the edges of the mat, windshield wiper the knees. Letting things fall from side to side. Notice if your body's craving any other movement. If there's anything you need, maybe rocking the head from side to side. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead, maybe even grabbing opposite elbows up over the head. As we then prepare for our final Shavasana, our final resting pose, we could take this with the legs long, arms out to the side. We could have the soles of the feet come to touch and the knees come out wide. Listen to your body. Honor what you would love. As we find a release, we find our peace. I want you to take these moments to digest your practice, absorb your practice. Noticing the energy in the body like a vacuum, use the inhale, gather up anything else still feeling stagnant, sticky, crunchy. Sigh it out. As the head rests a little heavier, the shoulders and arms drop, the glutes melt. The thighs relax, the feet get heavy. As the eyes close, soften the face. As you completely release, allow yourself to relax and let go. Our final Shavasana. Slowly begin to bring the inhale deeper. Any movement in the fingers, wiggling the toes. Reach the arms up overhead like you just woke up. Point the toes, arch the back. Rolling on to your preferred side in the supported fetal position. Let yourself just breathe. Thanking yourself for showing up today, thanking yourself for being in your body, thanking your body for inhabiting your soul. So use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Let us share a single breath together, sealing our practice. As the hands gather to heart center, empty the lungs completely. Together, let us pull in a slow, deep, mindful inhale all the way to the top. Taking a little bit more. Maybe one more sip. Then we'll let it go. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May your entire universe be filled with peace, joy, love, and light. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time.